In terms of politics, it started off with a promise the country was to find out who the Kenya Kwanza team was getting as Dr. William Ruto's running mate. It would appear that there is no simple matter. We are joined now by political commentator Professor Herman Manyora in studio. Thank you so much for coming in, Prof. Now, we know it's a lot of speculation as to who the front runners are, but what we're running with now is Honorable Rigathi Gachagua and, of course, Senator Kindiki Kithure. When you look at these two individuals, why them? Why do you feel they are being fronted when it comes to running mate possibility?
Thank you, Victoria. I think first is that it's obvious Ruto has to go to Mount Kenya. So both of them come from Mount Kenya. Secondly, there has been talk about Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West. So Kindiki comes to Mount Kenya East. Right. That's why his name would be there, if it is there. For Rigathi Gachagua, definitely is most high-profile general in the team. Nobody matches him from Mount Kenya, really. So that's why they are there.
From a situation or an issue that the deputy president said was simple, he's not losing sleep over it, to now snowball into a crisis of sorts.
Correct.
How did we get here?
Correct. That's why people are now wondering, and some of them laughing. There's be contradictions after contradiction. They said it was very easy, but the government has never been easy anywhere in the world. Government is about power, and getting power is not easy. Being in power itself is not easy. Maintaining power is not easy. So naming a running mate is part of that, is a part of getting power. And now he can see it is not what he thought. It's not a cup of tea. It's difficult.
Right.
And I think he has learned his lesson.
When you look at the individuals, now looking at Kindiki separately, him coming from the East, how can he mobilize the voting basket there?
In fact, if you ask me, I tweeted about 2-3 hours ago that nobody really is more qualified than Kindiki in that camp, honestly. If you look at age, right, education, right, experience, right, senator 2 terms, deputy speaker, leader of majority in Senate. This is wonderful, and he's an articulate guy. But where he comes from is not just Mount Kenya East. It is the peripheral part of Mount Kenya East. That will be Ruto's undoing. It will be a grave mistake, if you ask me. He will have made a big blunder. To what extent can Kindiki be a representative of Mount Kenya East, leave alone Mount Kenya as a whole? He doesn't come out as representative enough. And therefore, it will be a bad gamble, if you ask me.
And what about Rigathi? Because when you're thinking about the deputy president or the running mate, it's the president in waiting.
Correct.
So how do you view him in that space?
Of course, Rigathi is also not just anybody. He has been things in this country. He's educated, got his degree. He's worked with power. He was Uhuru's personal assistant for years. He's been things, in the public administration. Therefore, if he landed in the State House, there should be no problem. Rigathi will run the country without any problem. And his prominence really is only compromised by the fact that there is a Murang'a question. So it's not just Mount Kenya. It's Mount Kenya, but where? Now, if it is Mount Kenya West, the people of Murang'a feel they have not had it. Nyeri had Kibaki. Kiambu has had Uhuru and his father. And therefore, the Murang'a people are really looking forward. And that is the only reason why Rigathi may not be the right choice, just because of Murang'a.
You mentioned that Central Kenya is important for this election. Is it because two of the front runners come from there, or it really is a battleground for this election in general?
You see, it's important to both Raila and Ruto. For Ruto, that is his main vote basket. I mean, if for some reason you are to remove Mount Kenya, his campaign will collapse. In the Western society, then they'll call off the campaign, or at least suspend it. Because, I mean, his main constituent is not Rift Valley. His home ground is not Rift Valley. So if he's playing a match, home ground will be central. So he needs it. And for Raila, unless you tamper with the votes in Rift Valley, in the Mount Kenya for Ruto, then you're also cooked. You must ensure that Ruto doesn't get the votes Jubilee got in 2017. That's the only way Raila can win. And that takes you right to the mountain. So for both candidates, Mount Kenya is critical.
All right, hold that thought, Prof. We'll be coming back to you as we continue to interrogate what this means for the August 9th general election.